What is up? Welcome to the vlog. Today we'll be talking about some Apple or Crapple or however way you want to put it.
It's just a static electricity. It's us moving to the sound. Your lips are all me.
Now, some people have asked why we would remove the analog headphone jack from the iPhone. Well, the reason to move on, courage. Courage to move on, do something new. We can use Lightning. But second, and this is really important, our smartphones are packed with technologies and we all want more. And it's all fighting for space within that same enclosure. An ancient, single-purpose, analog big connector doesn't make sense because that space is at a premium.
So 2017 I switched from Windows PC everything to Apple everything. Now, I did this because I actually got the MacBook Pro, and honestly, I fell in love with iMovies. This was mine, now my wife's, but the older MacBook Pros, the non-Retinas, but wow, was this like the best freaking notebook that I've had, and I've had pretty powerful notebooks, even Windows PC, but I loved how everything worked. So the Apple adventure, the Apple tunnel I went down. Now, since then, I got an old Mac Pro and I built it up. I spent thousands on this PC. At the end, I ended up spending thousands because I pumped a lot more stuff into this to the point where I'm very pleasant with it. I maxed out the RAM at 128 gigabytes. Put a Blu-ray player, Blu-ray burner in there. Have two M.2 PCIe SSDs, and I have two SATA SSDs, and I have a whole bunch of mechanical hard drives, high capacity mechanical hard drives, and this thing is just an all-in-one beast. So the Mac Pro, yeah, I'm loving it. As it currently sits right now, with the Apple products that I have, I love. Here's the problem, and the problem comes a little later. When this eventually gets worn out, when this computer eventually kind of, I feel is not powerful enough to do what I need it to do, which is still, I think, a pretty long ways down because it's doing everything I need it to do. But then what do I upgrade to? That is the problem. And this already is hitting me in points where, in other products, like for instance, the iPhone 5. Let's just put it this way, iPhone 5 was a great phone. It kept up with the times. It didn't really innovate, but it's okay. It kept up with the times. It was good when you compare it to any other product in the line. And then the iPhone 6 comes around, makes it much sleeker. iPhone 6 was okay, was good at the time. With all the other smartphones out there, it was a good move. And the tragic fall of iPhone, the iPhone 7. You have a portable device, right? You have a portable device. Why the hell would you take away the headphone port? This made no sense. No, it's not outdated. The headphone port is still being used everywhere. It's my main staple for when I video edit at night. I use headphones and I plug it in. It's just a good way to do things. When I'm on the move, I understand Bluetooth headphone, that's the way of the future. Forget the way of the freaking future, Crapple. And this is how Apple became Crapple. Apple tried to innovate incorrectly, right? When you start taking away things that people need, people don't appreciate. And there's still gonna be a bunch of Apple fanboys and fangirls and fan people out there that will be like sheep. Bah! I'm gonna follow along with whatever Apple tells me to do.
Companies forget what it means to make great products. It sort of the product sensibility and the product genius that brought them to that monopolistic position gets rotted out by people running these companies who have no conception of a good product versus a bad product. And they really have no feeling in their hearts usually about wanting to really help the customers.
But a lot of us, people that actually use the products, we see the downfall in something like taking away something so simple as a headphone jack on a phone. That alone made my wife stop upgrading her phone, and she still loves her iPhone 6. She will not lose her headphone port, period. One of the Apple greats, the MacBook Pro. This is I think a great product, hands down. Yes, no, oh yeah, okay, that's good. And then Mac came out with their minimalistic line, the MacBook Air, the super thin, super portable. This is one of my favorite notebooks of all time, the MacBook Air. This encompasses the minimalistic of Apple's design. This should be the most minimalistic it should go. It should not go any more minimalistic than this. What's it offer? Well, it offers a Thunderbolt port, it offers a USB port, and it offers an SD card reader on the right side. And then on the left side, it offers MagSafe charging, another USB port, and a headphone port. What? Headphone port? Yes, a headphone port. This is as minimalistic as a notebook should ever go. If you lose any more ports than this, you are no longer in the minimalistic, you are in the idiotic. That is what it is. Yeah, so I'm totally happy with this MacBook Air. This is one of my favorite notebooks to date. Even now, is this everything about this, the design, the compactness, the quality, the everything about this notebook just screams quality that I love, and it just gets the job done. Good on you, Apple. This is good. And then Apple came out with my favorite notebook of all time, the MacBook Pro Retina. Yes, this encompasses what a perfect notebook should be. And even till now, the best of the best notebooks copy on this design. This design, this thin, this much thinness is as thin as a notebook should need to go. Any thinner than this, and if you could keep the same I/O, that's fine. But if you can't, you add your Crapple. So let's see what a full-size MacBook Pro notebook should come with. Well, let's see here. On one side, you have a USB port. It's just USB. You see what I'm talking about? Everything freaking uses USB port. And then you have an HDMI port. This is a very welcome addition. I love the HDMI port. It's just so handy. It's handy, period. I don't care what you say about it. If it has it, fantastic. If it doesn't, I could get away with the Thunderbolt port and use a freaking dongle. But HDMI port. And then it has the SD card reader. Here's the major theme about Pro computers. They all have SD card readers. You serious? Like, it's the main. I used this SD card reader to death. When I first built this Mac Pro, one of the first upgrades that I didn't even have to think about was an SD card reader USB 3.0 hub. That was the biggest thing. I was like, if I'm gonna have a notebook, if I'm gonna have a desktop, I'm gonna need an SD card reader hub. And then on the left side, it has, look at that, a MagSafe charger, one of Apple's greatest inventions, a MagSafe. Love MagSafe. There's nothing more to say about it. There's very little negative about the MagSafe. There's a whole bunch of positive, very little negative. Okay. And then we have two Thunderbolt 2 ports. Two, that's good. Good. Giving me more options because it's a Pro machine, right? And then you have another USB port. Yes, fantastic. And a headphone port. Yes, you get a headphone port. And this encompasses one of the most beautiful notebooks of all time. One of Apple's greatest achievements, in my opinion, is this MacBook Pro Retina. It makes everyone feel special when they use it. It's good, it's light, it's thin, it's everything a notebook should be. And then you have Crapple.
Apple has taken out some very useful ports like the SD card reader, which is a disaster for video editors. In addition to this, the ports are Thunderbolt ports in USB Type-C format. So while this is great for the future, right now this means to plug in a hard drive, USB, or even an iPhone, you're going to need an adapter. Yes, the new MacBook Pro has a great design, and there have been improvements in performance and display, but removing functional ports, this kind of behavior from Apple is almost like arrogance through design, and it's starting to plague all of Apple's products. The products are getting thinner and lighter at the expense of features that many customers actually found useful.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's ditch all the ports. Let's ditch the beautiful MagSafe. Let's ditch the SD card reader. Why not? Consumers don't need it. And then let's ditch all other USB and incredibly important ports. One thing that they have not managed to totally screw up, Apple, is the iPad. The iPad started kind of first as a whatever tablet, and then it continues to be the tablet that it is. They didn't really screw this up. One thing that Apple did right was the Apple iPad. Still did not mess it up. The new iOS 11 is actually fantastic. This is one thing that I can't criticize Apple about. This is Apple, not Crapple. Apple. Again, I don't see myself upgrading to an iMac Pro. It's not me. It's not what I do. I mean, I want to take it apart. I want to put new components in it when something goes bad, or if I want to upgrade. Give me a modular Mac Pro. Bring back the freaking headphone jack. You know, you're not innovating by taking things away. As a consumer, listen to us. Listen, Apple, stop being Crapple, and listen. Listen to what we want and what we need. We will let go of most of the faults, right? But when you make such a huge mistake, like taking away all the ports, taking away headphone ports, listen and fix. Be a company that people love. This is what you guys need to do. The head, screw it, Tim Cook, this is what you need to do. You need to get your freaking product, right? And you need to move around with that freaking product only. And you need to think to yourself, how can this user experience be better? Now, I don't know what the hell you were thinking when you were playing around with the new MacBook Pro and you're like, oh, the user experience will be better by taking away all the useless ports. Yeah, all the useless ports. They're useless now. How is that better? I want you to go on vacation. Just take the MacBook Pro only, the power brick, and work with it. Take pictures. Right? I want you to take pictures of your vacation and transfer those files to your MacBook, right? Like get a DSLR and take beautiful stills. Whatever you like to do, right? Capture that and just have your MacBook, and I want you to upload it to whatever platform you want to upload it to. You don't need to make it freaking public, but feel the damn pain of what everyone else is going through, right? Feel that. If you're like, what can I do with this product to make it better? What can I do to make it easier to use? And then you're going to come out with, well, I think we should put an HDMI port on there, and I think we should put USB-A Type A ports on there because that's important. USB 3.0 is important. I didn't notice this when I didn't freaking use the product, but hey, no, the port. And oh my gosh, let's go ahead and put a freaking SD card reader, also including maybe a USB-C port, because that is the port of the future, but it's not the port of right now. It's not the port of today. And I don't see it ever being just a full-on USB-C replacement. I think there's always going to be other ports out there, and just having USB-C is just shooting yourself in the foot. That's my rant. Hopefully Apple really, like, they get it right in 2018, and they stop literally putting their heads in their asses, and they make products that are for the people again, right? The next MacBook Pro lineup, can you please bring back all the ports? Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day, great night, great whenever you're watching this. I just really want to make one of these Apple videos just to give you my perspectives on Apple. It's a great company going the wrong direction, and hopefully if enough of us speak out about it, then Apple as a company will start to understand that the products are not user friendly. All right, guys, remember, live well, laugh more.